that ZANU-PF is in flames. Of course, we may not be well versed with all the issues, but if you look at the behavior of the top officials of ZANU-PF, as well as the exchanges of words from the top officials, you can attest that indeed ZANU-PF is a party in flames. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. So ZANU-PF is indeed a party in flames, and guess what, I think before I actually give analysis of what I'm talking about, let me read from the statement that was written by George Charamba. He uses a fake account called Jamwanda on X, and this is what he wrote on that fake account. He narrates, "I am very worried with the turn of events. I was instrumental in the formation and management of Varakashi, that group of ideologically clear and technically savvy cadres we put to defend the party policies, decisions, the president as the leader of the party ZANU-PF, and the policies, laws, decisions, and of its government. The above description summarizes the purpose and mission of Varakashi. As the movement gained traction and influence, is giving here a background of what Varakashi is and claiming that it was created by him. Let's continue. As the movement gained traction and influence, affiliates to it sprang up spontaneously with the overall aim of augmenting the defense of all of the above. Frankly, I was wistful about that development, which amounted to creating affiliates out of an affiliate. That isn't a clever way of organizing communication and propaganda. It leads to loose management and fisparous messaging, even leading to messaging indiscipline. Where such affiliates pledge loyalty to persons other than the party, the president, and the government, you begin to have multiple agendas and legal loyalties which are injurious to the main line, even as those loyalties and agenda make protestations to the contrary. ZANU-PF is a unitary party. That is what George Charamba thinks. It has one president and first secretary, who is Mnangagwa. He is the only person who is the face of the party, to whom all members and affiliates must pledge the untrammeled loyalty for the duration of his mandate. Let me just go for the duration of his mandate. Yes. Yes. No. Then he goes on to say, no other person enjoys such a status. No other person deserves support of defense, approximating that he gets or should get. Above all, only he and he alone makes keynote addresses and pronouncements. Ndiye anodudza policy negwara remusangano. Lately, I see with absolute consternation young Varakashi idolizing lesser officials, all of them appointees of the president, and even describing their run-of-the-mill banal pronouncement as policies or keynote addresses. No subaltern pronounces policy or presents keynote addresses. Not even vice presidents. Underline that. So all officials express policies of the party and the president. They explain, expand, or elaborate on all of those, strictly on behalf of the president who appoints and sends them. We need tightness on that front. Please, there is quite some growing indiscipline in our messaging, including expressions of legal loyalty to mere appointees and emissaries of the president. That must stop forthwith. So I had today to read the entire statement that was actually written by George Charamba on his X account called Jamanda. I think all people who are using X, they know that that account, Jamanda, is the account of George Charamba. So he claims he one who came up with this group of ZANU-PF called Varakashi. Can someone explain what is the meaning of that? I've got good actually listeners here. So this group Varakashi, according to him, it was meant to actually promote ZANU-PF, promote especially public relations, manage PR of ZANU-PF. But he acknowledges that this group is scoring on goals to ZANU-PF. And I think where George misses it is to accuse other individuals who are appointed by Emmerson Mnangagwa of actually establishing their legal loyalties and creating, there are actually numerous factions. I think from George Charamba, he is acknowledging that there are numerous factions within ZANU-PF, some following Chris Mutswangwa, some following retired General Chiwenga. There is a lot of groups actually following diverse individuals within ZANU-PF, which makes ZANU-PF to be led by numerous people who are confusing, by the way, at the moment, the masses. I think the leading factions, as I have been saying, it is the faction of retired General Chiwenga as well as Emmerson Mnangagwa. From the look of things, if you looked at the statement that was issued by Chiwenga yesterday, that statement on its own makes him also to be considered as the center of power within ZANU-PF. Of course, don't ever think George Charamba is directing that statement to other individuals, none other than Chiwenga. That is why in his statement he said not even the vice presidents can, sometimes in attacking one person, you have to create an impression that there are numerous factions. But at the moment we know the faction that is giving Emmerson Mnangagwa headache, it is the faction of retired General Chiwenga. Talking of messaging, the messaging that is contrasting Mnangagwa these days, it is the messaging that is actually done by those in support of retired General Chiwenga. It is ripping ZANU-PF apart. I can tell you, ZANU-PF is in ICU, seeing your George Charamba coming out to speak. And don't ever think that statement that George Charamba wrote, it is a statement that he decided to independently write. No, he is being given, remember, he is the presidential spokesperson. He is being given instructions straight from the bedroom of Emmerson Mnangagwa, realizing that ZANU-PF is actually in flames. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the subscribe plus button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Also take note, we are now available on X, formerly Twitter. We are also available on Facebook as Hlonipani Global News. Please follow these channels. Already there is a content there. Some of the content does not, you cannot see it here, but only on those platforms. Let's continue to support those platforms. They are just there.